All right, this is a quick tutorial on how to use your App Inventor emulator. It's similar to an Android device. It'll let you see your programs and the user interface. It is not going to be App Inventor's strongest feature. It is much better to use the QR code scanner to attach to a device through your Wi-Fi. That's much more efficient, but the emulator will work in a pinch. One problem is that students cannot use their personal cannot use school-issued laptops. The privileges are not there for you. And so you would need to do this on a personal device. So the first thing you need to do is to download the App Inventor Starter. And to do that, you go on the internet, look up App Inventor Emulator, search that. This first link here, installing and running the emulator, brings up this screen here. And as we go down to the first step is to select your operating system. So I'm using a Windows. This is the one that I would select. Takes me to this instruction page here. I would download the installer from this link here. It's going to be in your downloads. When it is all finished, you'll locate it right here in your downloads. And the first time that you go through this, you will need to right click on it and run as an administrator. And it may ask you for permissions to do this, and as well extract mini files onto your device and then possibly even reboot your computer. But when that's all said and done, you should find in your start menu under MIT App Inventor Tools, you should see your AI Starter program. Select that. It takes a little bit to get going. It looks like this here. And we are up and running. So this is the first thing you need to have going. Next, you need to go into your MIT App Inventor program where we build our apps. Go to your Connect. Go down to my emulator. Reset connection. Let's try that first. And now my emulator is available. It's going to take a second or a minute or two. So, okay, we are back and up and running here. I did pause that for a while. The emulator takes a bit to get up and running, several minutes on occasion, and I did need to go through and update the emulator. It did a bunch of prompting for me to do this, and I just followed the instructions. There was a little tricky part where it said to either, I believe, open or be done with the program, and if you read the instructions, it says to click done. So make sure that you do that. But as we have here, this is your emulator, and it runs just like your phone would run in the case that you didn't have an emulator available. So once this is up and running, you can use it just like your tablet or an Android-based cell phone. You can use the boxes to type in information. This particular one here is asking me to do a search. We can search through, say, 20 items. Oh, my number locks off. 20. Make a random list. Search one. It talks about how long it took to get there. It talks about where your targets are at. So that's what this app is meant to do. One quick thing to remind you or to let you know, a trick on this is to make sure that you have your AI Starter, which is this box, open and running prior to going into your App Inventor program and trying to connect to your emulator. It will not work. And when you're finished with your emulator, you can close it down. And you want to also close down your AI Starter by hitting Control-C. It tells you a little bit about that at the very beginning. Hit Control-C to quit right there. So Control-C, and then I'll shut it down. So that's a quick little heads up on how to do your emulator for App Inventor 2.